The following portion of Daytime Tri-Cities is sponsored by Umoja.
Honoring Black history, mind, body, soul.
We are honoring and celebrating Black History Month from now throughout the month of February. And this morning we want to welcome community leader Carroll Murphy to Daytime Tri-Cities. Good to see you again, Mr. Murphy.
It's good to be here again.
You born and raised here in Johnson City.
Born and raised here in Johnson City.
Share some of your history with us here.
Well, we grew up on Stanley. It was 8 of us, 5 boys and 3 girls. And so we grew up here. We worked here. My brothers, they washed about every window on Main Street years ago. And I started out, as I told the other fellow, shining shoes. My brothers made me a shoe shine box. And I'd go to the checker cab, diamond cab, and yellow cab about 5 o'clock in the mornings, and then I'd make to the train station. We had a train station and 2 bus stations. And I'd make my round there, and then I'd stop at the restaurant and get me a bottle of milk and a donut, and I'd make my round again. So I worked until about 11 o'clock every day.
You were 9 years old when you started
9
working.
years old, isn't that unusual? Downtown by myself, 9 years old.
And you know, you've raised 6 children.
That's correct.
You've got you've actually got great-great-grandchildren.
2 great-grandchildren.
When you talk about Black history with your family, what message do you want to convey to them?
Well, I just let them know that they can achieve more now than I did, and to not look back and not to worry about the situation. Just keep going, because there's a lot out there for Black people now that wasn't there when I was coming along. But you have to, who is it that said, Jim Elliott says that, wherever you are, be all there. And I think that's important, to whatever you're doing, to be all there.
You're a man of faith.
I am.
You've been serving your community for a lot of years. Talk to me about the service that you've provided for the community over
Well,
the
I've served on about 12 board of directors in Johnson City, and I was vice chairman of the Watauga Area Mental Health Board, and I was the first Black man to ever serve on the Johnson City Power Board. And I was also the chairman of the Johnson City Power Board. And in that time, I was able to find 2 lasting jobs for a couple of young men. They still working that. And so that's big. And then I refereed basketball, and I had a Boy Scout troop. And so I've just lived a full life and raised my 6 children.
You worked for 35 years at the Veterans Administration.
At the Veterans Administration.
And you dealt with a lot of World War II veterans.
I had all World War II veterans in my building, and the women. I had the first women veterans that ever stayed at the VA Medical Center. And I had all of my men in Building 7 were World War II. And I loved my men and women, and they loved me. Because when I got a buyout at 62, I really hated to take it, because I was doing great work, I felt, for my men and women. For those guys of World War II, I wouldn't be here, and you wouldn't be here had it not been for them.
Absolutely.
That's the way I felt about it.
And you know, when you have, you know, you got that service in your blood, and you want to serve your community, it makes life a whole lot better.
It does. I mean, I've had a happy life, and I'm still happy. At my age, I'm still happy. I have wonderful children, and I serve the Lord, and I serve my friends, and that's my calling, and I love to do it.
You're a deacon in your church.
I am. I've been a deacon for over 50 years, and so I'm also a chaplain. I went back to school and got chaplainship when I retired. But I thought that I was going to do some work for the police department, but my wife wasn't well, so I spent the balance of my time with her.
And as we look down the road and look to the future, do you think faith, education, those are important things that we need to keep in mind for the future? I
think it's important. It really, to me, and I encourage my children, there's nothing like faith. You know, we've sort of drifted away from, we're afraid to mention that we're Christians. But I think at the end of the day, that's what it's going to be. You better have your faith in something, and I have mine in the Lord Jesus Christ. That's who I have my faith in.
Well, Mr. Murphy, I appreciate you coming by today and sharing your story with us, sir.
It's always a pleasure, and anytime. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. And in a few moments, we're going to be heading over to the kitchen as Chef Julie is over there for Food City Friday. We're going to be making some breakfast mini egg cups coming up. The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by Umoja.